ॐ दक्षिणास्य समारम्भा शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमा अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ता स्मर्या गुरुपरम्परा श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। परिज्ञानाश्रम श्रीगुरुशङ्कर परिज्ञानाश्रम शङ्कर सद्गुरु केशववामन कृष्णपाण्डुरङ्ग आनन्द परिज्ञान गुरु सद्यो जात शङ्कर सद्गुरु गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीम् यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतः स्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैः गायन्ति यं सामगाः ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः यस्यान्तं न विदुःसुराः सुरगणाः देवाय तस्मै नमः। From the 7th chapter onwards, Bhagwan Krishna has been talking about Ishvara Swarupam. And in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna addresses himself as Bhagwan, addresses himself as Ishvara. Bhagwan Krishna presents himself as Brahman. And in the 7th chapter, what did Bhagwan say? He said that he is the Abhinna Nimitta Upadana Karanam of this entire universe. What is the meaning of that? Shuddha Chaitanya Rupena. Shuddha Chaitanya Rupena Paraprakritihi Ahamasmi. Then Upadana Karana Prakriti Rupena Maya Rupena Apara Prakriti Ahamasmi. And both of them together cannot be separated. Apara Prakriti and Para Prakriti are inseparable. Dve yoni for this entire manifestation. And the Apara Prakriti, borrowing existence and consciousness from me, the Paraprakriti, manifests itself and projects itself into this myriad form of names and forms called Jagat. And then in the 9th chapter, Bhagwan said that he described his Paraprakriti. There's no question of his. I mean, Paraprakriti, Aparaprakriti is the Ishvara Swarupam. So what is this Paraprakriti? Maya tatamidam sarvam. Everything that is there in this entire universe, which he already told in the 7th chapter, I, Shuddha Chaitanya Swarupa, Atma, Brahman, Paraprakriti, I pervade this entire universe and I am the warp and woof of this entire universe, and this entire Jagat is actually woven into me. And through the Apara Prakriti itself, you have to recognize that there is this Avyaktam Paraprakriti, which is actually the Sanatanam, Avyaktam, Nityam, Paraprakriti has to be recognized. And that is my Swarupam. Now, in the 10th chapter, Because Arjuna has been wanting to understand how to be a Vishwarupa or Virat Rupa Ishvara Bhakta. Ultimately, what is the purpose of Bhagwan from 7th chapter to the 11th chapter? Ultimately, Bhagwan wants to convert us from Artha Bhaktas and Artharthi Bhaktas to a Jignasu Bhakta, but in understanding the entire Jagat as nothing but Atma Swarupam, Ishvara Swarupam. Ultimately, from the 10th chapter itself, Krishna tried to make us understand Him. Him means what? Ishvara as the Vishwarupa. Ishvara as the entire manifestation. So Vishwarupena, Virat Rupena, may you try to connect to me. That is what he said at the end of the 9th chapter. But then Arjuna was not sure. Yes, Bhagavan, I know that the entire universe is nothing but your manifestation. I know. You are the Jagat. I know. But then to be a Vishwarupa or a Virat Ishvara Bhakta, I need to have some alambanam, some of those specific things. If you tell me, whenever I see them, whenever I encounter them, then those things will remind me of you, which I can use as alambanam and gradually widen my vision to understand you as the entire manifestation. And then Bhagavan Krishna enumerated his glories, so many glories. But how did he enumerate them? One by one, distinctly, distinctly, distinctly. And then at the end of the 10th chapter, what did Krishna say? Vishtabhya aham idam kritsnam jagat eka amshena sthitaha, he said. He said that I manifest, I am there in the entire manifest Jagat, Eka Amshena. With one part of mine, I am actually in the entire Jagat. I'm manifesting as the entire Jagat. My Apara Prakriti is manifesting as the entire Jagat. Now, Arjuna, like a small child, we all have that child in us. However much somebody tells us something, we have a deep desire to see it pratyaksha, isn't it? When somebody tells me, I have got something, I have bought something, oh, show me, show me. Correct? Even small children, you tell them something, they are not satisfied with what you tell them. They want to see, show me, they will say. So, what is this ultimately? Ishvara is the entire manifest universe, agreed. But then Arjuna wants to actually see it pratyakshataya. Why does he want to see it pratyakshataya? Because now he has, small things here and there. Yes, Himalayas, yes, I have seen. Ganga, yes, I have seen. So many other things which you enumerated, oh Lord, I have seen. I am aware of them. But hey Lord, hey Krishna, I want to see all of them at once in you. Okay, this is Vishwarupa Darshana. Because I don't want to think of you separately as Ishvara is this, Ishvara is this, Ishvara is this, you are this, you are no. I want to see you how. When you have said, Avashtabhya aham idam jagat kritsnam, I am there, the entire jagat is pervaded by me. Then Arjuna wants to know how you, Krishna, as the cosmic form looks. Can I see you, hey Bhagwan, as the cosmic form in which all that you have enumerated in the 10th chapter are seen by me in one go, in one body of yours, in one you, O Krishna? Can I see all those things, the entire universe in you? I want to do this sakshat karanam, pratyakshikaranam of whatever you have already told me. Shrutanta is okay. What I have heard from you, I have full trust and I have got shraddha in what you have said. But then when I see it clearly, I'll be able to understand, because seeing something which I have heard really makes my understanding more mature. Therefore, hey Krishna, I want to see you. I want to see you in that Vishwarupa. What is this Vishwarupa? To see everything, the entire Jagat in you at once, in one vision. As the cosmic form, I want to see you. And therefore, Lord Krishna is requested by Arjuna. So the Ekadasha Adhyaya starts, which is called as Vishwarupa Darshana. Actually, Lord Krishna has already given the Vishwarupa Darshana from the 7th chapter onwards. But here, Lord Krishna is going to reveal his Vishwarupa Darshana to be seen by Arjuna. Now, it is said that, to understand this Bhagavan as Vishwarupa, as everything, I need a great preparation of the mind, isn't it? As an Artha Bhakta, I cannot see. As an emotional Bhakta, I cannot see entire Jagat as universe. To see that Ishvara, to see that Brahman as the entire universe, what do I need? I need a preparation of the mind, which I have gone through as a Karma Yogi, as an Upasaka Yogi, and Upasana Yogi, and as also enough of Shravanam, Mananam, and Nididhyasanam has to go on. But the question now is here, is Arjuna really prepared with this kind of an intellect? Is Arjuna capable of really seeing this whole cosmic form of Ishvara and understand this cosmic form of Ishvara? That is what we are going to see in the 11th chapter. Atha ekadashodhyayah Arjuna uvacha madanugrahaya paramam guhyamadhyatma sangitam yatvayoktam vachastena mohoyam vigato mama. And the second verse also we will take, because these two verses, Arjuna is expressing whatever he has understood in the last 10 chapters of what Krishna has actually given as jnanam. Bhavapkincha bhavapyayau hi bhutanam shrutau vistarasho maya tvattah kamalapatraksha mahatmyamapi chavyayam. Hey Bhagavan, mad anugrahaya, for blessing me, and with your grace you gave me what? You gave the knowledge of what is the real Jiva Swarupam. I am not the body, mind, sense complex, but I am that Nitya Shuddha Buddha Mukta Sakshi Chaitanya Atma Aham Asmiti. This Guhyam Adhyatma Sangnitam Paramam Jnanam you gave me in the first 6 chapters. And what was that? Guhyam. Why Guhyam? Guhyam means secret, yes. But what is a secret? That which is within me, that which is me, which I'm looking for and searching everywhere. It is not somewhere outside, but that is my very Swarupam. Being my very Swarupam, it is not available to me for perception. Therefore, Aham Sakshi Chaitanya Atma, Paramatma, Pratyagatma, these are the different names for me, this Chaitanya Atma. Who am I? I am Guhya. I'm not available to myself. My Swarupam is not available to myself because it is completely covered by the apara prakriti, the anatma, the body, mind, sense complex. So, hey Bhagwan, guhyam adhyatma sannitam paramam jnanam, this you gave me, mad anugrahaya. Because I asked you for that Shreyas, isn't it? Yat Shreyaha tad bruhi, I asked you in the second chapter. And you understood that the ultimate Shreyas is moksha, a total freedom from confusion and sorrow. And therefore, Arjuna, in the first chapters, 6 chapters, you gave me this guhyam adhyatma sangitam atma anatma viveka jnanam. You give me. And yat tvaya uktam vachaha tena. And by these, whatever words, paramam, that means these exalted words of yours, what happened? Moho ayam vigato mama. Moho ayam means my confusion, at least with regards to Atma, Anatma, Aviveka is gone. My confusion, that is Atma, Anatma, what is Atma? What is Anatma? At least that much confusion is gone. See, it is not Mohoyam Vigato Mama completely. If Arjuna's moha was completely gone, there would not be a continuation of Bhagavad Gita after this, isn't it? Some more chapters are there. 8 more chapters are there. And Arjuna is going to ask questions again and again. So when he says, Moha ayam vigato mama, maha moha, mama moha ayam vigataha, my moha has gone away. Not totally, hey Bhagwan, that we have to understand. That Arjuna's moha, to a large extent, with regard to what is Atma, what is Anatma, what is Ishvara, okay, to some extent my confusion, at least I now have atma anatma viveka. So in the first chapter, 6 chapters, you cleared my doubt on what is atma, what is anatma, what is my real nature, what is my swarupam, what is my jiva swarupam. You have very well cleared it. And from the 7th chapter onwards up till now, you also told me about your own swarupam. So what did you say? Bhava apyayau hi bhutanam. You presented yourself as the Jagat Karanam Brahma, in which Bhavaha Bhava apyayau. Bhava means the whole creation is born in you. Bhava apyaya, the whole creation ultimately resolves in you. Like a wave arises in the ocean, exists in the ocean for some time, resolves back into the ocean. Similarly, you are the Jagat Karanam, Brahma, with your para apara prakriti, inseparable para apara prakriti as Ishvara. This whole universe is arising from you, existing in you for any number of time, it doesn't matter. And then ultimately, apyayo, bhava apyayo, that is the creation and dissolution, bhutanam, of all the jivas of this entire universe. And shrutau vistarasho maya. I was told, I heard, it was heard by me, Vistarashaha. Hey Bhagwan, you have not left anything for any further asking. Vistarashaha, that means in whatever way you can explain, nothing more to be said. You have explained your Swarupam as Jagat Karanam Brahma, as the Abhinna Nimitta Upadana Karanam of the Jagat, as the para apara prakriti, inseparable combination of para apara prakriti of Shuddha Chaitanya Brahma and Upadana Karanam Prakriti. And you have very, very clearly Vistarashaha you have told. Tvattaha Kamala Patraksha Mahatmyam Apicha Avyayam. And in the 10th chapter, hey Bhagwan, you talk to me about your Mahatmyam also. Tvattaha, from you, I heard. What did I hear? Tvattaha Shrutam Maya. What did I hear from you? I heard about all your glories or all your Mahatmyam I heard from you. Avyayam Mahatmyam. Imperishable glories of you I heard from you. And hey Kamalapatraksha, he addresses Bhagwan Krishna as the one with beautiful eyes. Kamala Patra Aksha, like the petals of a Kamala, not the leaves of a Kamala. Then it will be difficult to see Krishna. Kamala Patra Aksha, that means like the petals of a Kamala Pushpa, He Kamalaksha, Kamala Patraksha. This is one way of showing his adoration to his friend, to his Guru, Lord Krishna. Then he also says that Yevamet Tadyathathatvam Atmanam Parameshwaram Drashtumichhami Te Rupam Aishwaram Purushottama. He Purushottama, Hey Kamala Patraksha, whatever you have been telling me all this time, Yevam, Yetad, Yatha, Atha, Tvam. Okay, Yatha, Yatha, Atha means the way you have already told me. Yatha, Atha, the way you have explained all these things, Hey Parameshwara, your Divya Rupam, Drashtumichhami. I want to see. It is the usual curiosity of a human being to see something, isn't it? When somebody goes somewhere and comes, oh, such a beautiful place, I was there, it was so great, and then immediately there is a desire, I should also see that, isn't it? So that is why drashtumichhami te rupam aishwaram. You are rupam, which is nothing but that rupam, Aishwaram rupam, your Ishwari rupam, that rupa of you as Ishvara, as the entire Jagat. I want to see that, Hey Bhagwan. But then he is not demanding this. Arjuna is demanding, not demanding. He's requesting. He's putting his request. And how does he say? How does he ask that? Manyase yadi tat shakyam maya drashtumiti prabho yogeshvara tato me tvam darshayatmanam avyayam. Hey Bhagwan, I'm asking you for something, but I don't know whether I'm capable of seeing it or not. Even Arjuna knows that there is a tremendous preparation of the mind that is necessary to see, to understand the entire Jagat as Vishwarupa. And here, show me your Vishwarupam, your Ishwari Swarupam. It is symbolic. See, though Arjuna sees everything, but then we have to understand that Krishna wants to show his Ishwari Rupam. It is a symbolic thing. This whole chapter is something very symbolic. Like, as a Vishwarupa Ishwara Bhakta, we are not going to see Ishvara or Krishna as what he's going to show Arjuna. It is a very symbolic way of representing that look at one time, in one instant, in one place. I am the very body, entire universe in which you will see everything. It is a symbolic representation of Ishvara. And for a Vishwarupa Ishvara Bhakta, I don't need to see it. I have to understand it. So he says, Manyase aditat shakyam. Hey Bhagwan, do you think it is possible for me to see you in this form? If you think it is possible, Maya drashtum iti prabho. Hey Prabho, hey Bhagwan, if you think that I am capable of grasping this big vision, what should be my vision to grasp that Vishwarupa? What should be my vision to grasp even intellectually that Vishwarupa? I have to have so much of a preparation of the mind. Hey Yogeshwara, tato me tvam darshaya atmanam avyayam. Hey Yogeshwara, yoginam Ishvaraha, for you, hey Yogeshwara Krishna, you are now standing in that yoga, that jnanam, in that jnana-rupi yoga. You're the Yogeshwara, and you are giving me this knowledge. If you feel that I'm capable of grasping you, I'm able to do the grahanam of you in this form, please show me. Darshaya atmanam avyayam. Please show me your avyaya, imperishable, sanatana. Atmanam means your swarupam. Show me your entire swarupam if you think that I am capable of seeing you. So, in this way, yevam choditaha arjunena, Acharya says, requested like this by Arjuna, श्रीभगवानुवाच पश्य मे पार्थरूपाणि शतशोऽथ सहस्रशः नानाविधानि दिव्यानि नानावर्णाकृतीनि च. हे Arjuna, Pashya, see, I'm going to show you. You're going to see, hey Partha, you're going to see what? Rupani, various forms of my manifestation, different rupas of my manifestation, in hundreds, in thousands. Shatashaha, ataha sahasrashaha. Hundreds of my forms, thousands of my rupas, my manifestations. You are going to see Nana Vidhani, in different forms, in different shapes, Divyani. And they're going to be really divine. What you're going to see is something divine and heavenly. Nana Vidhani, Nana Varna Akriti Nicha. Different colors, different shapes, different sizes. You're going to see things which probably you would never have seen all these days, and probably you'll never be able to see. So many things are there in the universe which are beyond our capacity, which are within the range of our indriyas. It is said that under the ocean there is a world of different aquatic animals and species, beautiful ones. They are not available to us. Above us, maybe in the space, various other, in other galaxies and other planets, we don't know what all kinds of nana vidhani rupani, what all is there. They're not really available for our senses, for our indriyas. They're not available. Therefore, you are going to see all this. And not only that, hey Arjuna, pashya adit पश्यादित्यान् वसून् रुद्रान् अश्विनौ मरुतस्तथा बहून्यदृष्टपूर्वाणि पश्याश्चर्याणि भारत. हे भारत, हे अर्जुना, Pashya, may you see the entire nature with all its functionaries. You will be able to see the Dvadasha Adityas. You will be able to see the Ashtadasha Rudras. You will be able to see the Ashtavasus. You please see these Ashwini Devatas. You see them. 49 Maruta Ganas. All these are who? They're the functionaries who maintain the laws, cosmic laws. Those who are maintaining these cosmic laws in the form of all this Adhidaivam. All this, that's what was called Adhidaivam earlier, isn't it? In 8th chapter. When Arjuna asked, what is Adhyatmam? What is Adhibhutam? What is Adhidaivam? What did Krishna say? This entire cosmos, which is maintained by the various functionaries, that whole thing together is called as the Adhidaivam. So you'll be able to see this entire Adhidaivam, all the functionaries included. Bahun anya drishta purvani, which you would have never seen before. Pashya ascharyani bharata. See this wondrous thing, this wonderful thing. That's something which will surprise you, which will be, you will be, in awe of seeing me. You'd never have imagined that in me, this universe, what all kind of manifestations are there. This body, mind, this body is not the only thing. A few things which I see around me are not the only thing. There is so much, so many things that are seen here, which you'd have never seen. And here, Arjuna, I am going to show you all that. And how are you going to see that? Not going to see in parts. Not like serials where today you'll see this, now you'll see Bhuloka, tomorrow you'll see Patala Loka, day after tomorrow you'll see some other Loka. No, you're not going to see that. Then how are you going to see me in my entire manifest form? Ihaikastham jagat kritsnam pashyadya sacharacharam mama dehe gudakesha yachanyadrishtumichhasi. Hey Gudakesha, hey Arjuna, yesterday Param Pujya Swamiji in his Ashirvachan talked about Gudakesha. What is the meaning of Gudakesha? Gudaka means tamas or nidra. Tamas of ajnanam or nidra. Arjuna is supposed to have won over, or he's the master of sleep. Sleep cannot control him. He's the very controller of sleep, because he had to do so much in keeping his Divya Ayudhas in their form by all kinds of mantra ucharanas, and therefore he could not be, even for a moment he could not afford to be in any kind of a tamas or nidra. So the one who had won over nidra, the one who was the master of nidra, Gudaka, that means in another form we can say a sattva pradhana individual is also called as a Gudakesha, the one who has control or won over his raja tamogunas and who has become sattva pradhana individual. So he Gudakesha, he Arjuna, iha ekastham jagat kritsnam, ekastham, in one shot, in one, in one thing, in one cosmic form, pashya adya sachacharam. Adhya, Pashya Adhya Sacharacharam, not Adhya, Pashya Adhya. Now, here, Pashya Adhya. Now you see, Jagat Kritsnam, this entire universe, Characharam, that which is moving in the form of sentient living beings, that which is not moving in the forms of plants and other things, and all the non-living things. Adhya Pashya, right now, here and now. See this entire Characharam Jagat, Iha Ekastham, in one thing, in one shot. You see this. Where? Mama Dehe. You will find me as the entire body, Virat. That is why it's called as what? Virat Purushaha. Samashti is called as Virat Purushaha. Samashti Sthula Shariram is called as Virat Purusha. I am what? Vyashti body. Whereas the Samashti body, it is nothing but Ishvara, called as Virat Purusha. Mahamadehe Yacha Anyat Drashtum Ichati. Not only this, whatever else you want to see, this entire Characharam Jagat now and here, Pashya Iha Ekastham Adhya Pashya. And then Krishna himself tells Arjuna, he says, Natu mam shakyase drashtum anenaiva svachakshusha divyam dadami te chakshuhu pashya me yogamaishwaram. Hey Arjuna, you are not yet prepared for this vision, but then out of compassion, anukampaya, I want to give this vision to you because it is going to help you in becoming a Vishwarupa Ishvara Bhakta. It is going to help you to become a Bhakta, which I'm going to talk about in the 12th chapter about Bhakti, various Rupas of Bhakti. So, hey Arjuna, right now you are not prepared. You do not have the eyes which can grasp all these things, because your eyes are those eyes which are limited in their range, which can pick up only a few things. Your ears are limited in range. And at the same time, your mind is also absolutely unprepared for this. And therefore, Natumam Shakya se drashtum, hey Arjuna, you are not going to able to be seeing me. Anenaiva swachakshusha, with these two eyes of yours. Here also, symbolically, we have to understand that your eyes means your mind also. In the sense, you won't be able to understand me unless temporarily, for some time, I not only give you the capacity in your eyes to grasp me, but I also give you the preparation of the mind. I expand your mind in such a way that you are able to see this me, who's the entire expansion, the entire jagat around me. And therefore, divyam dadami me chakte chakshuhu. To you, I am going to give this divya chakshuhu. Divya chakshu does not mean that I will remove your eyes and give you something. It is not like wearing the 3D goggles in a movie and saying no. Divya chakshu means your eyes will have the capacity to perceive me the way I am. At the same time, whatever your eyes are going to report to your mind, Your mind will also have the state or the expansion that is required to understand and behold this Vishwarupa Darshanam and Pashya me Yogam Aishwaram. Now, Krishna is ready to reveal his Vishwarupa Darshanam. Arjuna is now endowed with the Divya Chakshuhu and the mind, the Divya mind also, the capacity to understand this. And now, what is happening now? Since the whole Bhagavad Gita is being literally narrated by Sanjaya to the king Dhritarashtra, now Sanjaya is telling Dhritarashtra, hey Dhritarashtra, hey Rajan, now something adbhutam is going to happen. And Lord Krishna, Bhagwan, is going to reveal his Vishwarupam, his entire cosmic form he is revealing. How does Sanjaya know it? You know, Vyasacharya had actually given this capacity of, clairvoyance, what you call as the capacity to clairaudience and capacity to see. So, since Sanjaya was the trusted aide of Dhritarashtra, and Dhritarashtra wanted to know what was happening, so Vyasacharya, the very compiler of Mahabharata and Bhagavad Gita, had given this kind of a gift, a special gift to Sanjaya, that Sanjaya, though you are sitting in the palace, you will be able to see exactly what is happening there, and you will also be able to hear what is happening there, and then you will be able to report what is happening to Dhritarashtra. So now Sanjaya comes into picture after a long time, isn't it? We had forgotten Sanjaya, sometime in the first chapter itself. Now Sanjaya comes here and again says, Sanjaya uvacha yeva muktva tato rajan mahayogeshwaro harihi darshayamasa parthaya paramam rupamaishwaram. So he's telling Dhritarashtra, hey Bhagwan, hey Rajan, hey Emperor, hey King, yeva muktva tataha mahayogeshwaro harihi. This is what Mahayogeshwara Harihi Bhagwan Vishnu in the form of, Bhagwan Krishna is going to reveal what? His Vaishnavi Swarupam he is going to reveal. Mahavishnu as Krishna, as the avatara, is now going to reveal his Vaishnavi Swarupam. Just look at the blindness of Dhritarashtra. Sanjaya is telling this. Now Bhagwan Hari is about to reveal his Vaishnavi Swarupam, Ishwari Swarupam. At least now Dhritarashtra is not able to really get out of his tamas and say, oh yes, then I'm missing something. There's something wrong in the way I'm looking at it. The war has not yet started. And Bhagwan Krishna as Bhagwan Narayana, Vishnu, is revealing his Swarupam. And how can Adharma and Adharma backed by my sons and me, how can it win? Even if this little bit of understanding Dhritarashtra had, probably he would have probably stopped the war because he was still the Rajan. But then there is another interpretation which says that, what Sanjaya was talking or telling Dhritarashtra was when the war was almost already going on. So we don't know what the truth is. But anyway, it just shows that in spite of being narrated by Sanjaya, what was to come, Dhritarashtra did not see the truth. He did not see Krishna, who is on the side of Pandavas and who's helping them, is none other than Narayana or Hari. So he says, Yeva Muktva, in this way, having said this, Hari or Yogeshwara, Vishnu, Hari, Darshayamasa Parthaya. He showed his Swarupam, Ishwari Swarupam, he showed. And then now, what is going to be told now as to what was revealed by Krishna to Arjuna is in the words of Sanjaya. Okay, these are not the words of Bhagavan or Arjuna. So, how Krishna reveals himself, how Krishna revealed himself as Vishwarupa, is going to be narrated by Sanjaya till the almost the end of this chapter. So how does he explain it? Aneka vaktra nayanam, anekadbhuta darshanam, aneka divyabharanam, divyanekodyatayudham. Hey Rajan, Dhritarashtra, you know, Krishna is showing his millions of faces. Now, again, take this as symbolic, okay? It does not mean that Krishna is showing millions of faces. All the faces of all the jivas are located in him. Aneka Vaktram, Aneka Adbhuta Darshanam. Everything that is Adbhutam, that which is awe-inspiring, that which is wonderful, everything is in this body of, that's why, in Purusha Sukta, Sahasrakshi, Sahasrapa, Sahasra Shirsha Purusha. This Purusha, 1,000-headed Purusha means, it doesn't mean that this Purusha has 1,000 heads. Okay? Sahasra Shirsha Purusha means thousands of heads, thousands of bodies are in him. So Aneka Vaktrani, so many faces of all kinds of jivas are in him. Aneka Adbhuta Darshanam, Ascharya, all Ascharya's awe-inspiring, wonderful things are there in him. Aneka Divya Abharanam, all kinds of, precious things, precious abharanas. Ultimately, what is Bhagavan? Samagra Shri, isn't it? 6 bhagas Bhagavan has, and all the resources, all the, that which are of, precious things, whether they're abharanas, whether anything precious belongs to Ishvara. Samagra Shri, it is one of the bhagas. So Aneka Divya Abharanam, anything that is precious, so many abharanas, so many precious things I can see. Divya Aneka Udhyata Ayudham, all kinds of ayudhas are there. Ayudhas, all kinds of astra shastras I can see because it's in the war field. So I can see he's not merely Shankha, Chakra, Gada, Hasta holding Narayana, but I can see millions of jivas' faces and bodies and all kinds of wonderful and very, very good and very, very awe-inspiring, wonderful things are there in him. Then Divya Malyambaradharam, Divya Gandhanulepanam, Sarvascharyamayam Devam, Anantam Vishvato Mukham. So, Divya Malambaradharam, Bhagwan is wearing all kinds of ornaments, Divya Malas, because it's not that he's wearing it. All of them, whatever Divya Abharanas there, I can see that in the body of Krishna. Divya Malyambaradharam, Divya Gandhanulepanam. All the precious gandhas, the perfumes, the smells, punya gandhas, starting from Prithvi, everything I can smell in the body of, he can smell, because when he can have, this kind of a vision and is capable of hearing, listening what is happening. So all Divya Gandha Anulepanam, all the Divya, all the precious, kind of this Gandhas are there in Bhagwan. Sarva Ascharyamayam Devam. It is such a form which is Ascharya. I can't imagine such a thing. Ascharya-karam, Devam. He's shining, Devam. Okay? He's shining with all this Ascharya-karam thing. Anantam Vishvatomukam. He's everywhere. Wherever I see, he's there. There is no place where he's not available. Everywhere he's there. Anantam Vishvatomukham. Vishvatomukham means he has his face in all the direction. His face is turned in all directions. All the diks, all the direction. The primary directions, the secondary directions, above, below, wherever I see. I only see Bhagwan Hari is Vyapyam. Okay, Maya tatam idam vyapyam vyapnoti iti Vishnuhu. That is why he's called Vishnu. Vishnu as Sthiti Karaka is everywhere present in the entire Jagat. Vyapnoti. That is why in Vishnu Sahasranama, Vishwam Vishnuhu. Vishwam Vishnuhu Vyapnoti iti Vishnuhu Vividham Rajate iti Vishwam Virat Rupam. So he says the very first two namas of Vishnu, the one who is shining as the entire universe, the one who is there, the one who is pervading the entire universe. So Anantam Devam Vishwato Mukam Aham Pashe Darshayamasaha. Krishna is showing this kind of a picture of his, and I am spellbound. That's what Sanjay is saying. And with this, Arjuna is also spellbound with this. And just incidentally, it is said that, there were four people who had this Divya Darshanam, Divya Chakshuhu. Of course, Vyasa, he himself had, given this to Sanjaya. So Vyasa had to see. Vyasa is Bhagavan, Vishnu's avatara himself. So Vyasa had this Divya Darshanam or this Divya Chakshuhu. Sanjaya had this Divya Chakshuhu. Also, Arjuna had this because Krishna himself gave it. It is said that Bhishma, who was lying on the Sharashaya, it seems Bhishma also got this Vishwarupa Darshanam. That is what is said. And do you know that there is another very important thing I would like to tell you, that when Krishna went to Duryodhana for Sandhanam as a Duta, as a Duta, as a a person who would do arbitration and try to tell or explain to the Kauravas that war need not be there. You just part with what is theirs. He went as a Duta, as a messenger, isn't it? And what did he say? Even if you don't give them the whole thing, it doesn't matter. They're willing to share. Give them at least 5 villages. That's what Krishna literally went when he went to do the Sandhi or Sandhanam. At that time, Duryodhana, it seems, tried to, tie up Krishna. He had amassed some of his army. And when he came to know that Krishna is coming, it seems he imprisoned Krishna. And he tried to bind, sort of bind him with all kinds of ropes with his army. And I believe at that time, Lord Krishna showed his Vishwarupa Darshanam to Duryodhana also and broke free of all that which was binding him. But you know what Duryodhana said? Because he did not have the Divya Chakshu. You know what Duryodhana said? Hey Mayavi, I know all your tricks. That's what he said. You are a Mayavi. You're a magician. Don't fool me by showing all these tricks to me. So Duryodhana saw the Vishwarupa, but then he did not have the capacity to understand the importance, or did not have the capacity to see the, Daivi nature. He did not have the capacity to see that thing. And he said, hey Maya, we go. I know. All your Maya, I know. You are a magician. Get lost. But then that is what is said. So in this war, there were these four people, and Sanjaya is giving the explanation of what he saw. And then he said in the 12th verse, what did he say? Divi Surya Sahasrasya Bhaved Yuga Paduthita Yadhi Bhasadrishi Sasyad Bhasastasya Mahatmanaha. So he says, the brightness that I'm seeing, is something like 1,000 suns rising at one time. Yugapat, Divi, in the heavens, Surya Sahasrasya, 1,000 suns, Bhavet Yugapat Uttitha. If 1,000 suns arise in the heavens, rise simultaneously together, what kind of a Bhaswarupa it will be? Yadi Bha. When 1,000 suns are shining like this simultaneously, what kind of a brightness or brilliance is there? Sadrishi Sasyad, like that. That was the brightness. That was the brilliance. Bhatad Bhasaha Tasya Mahatmanaha. That is the way this Mahatma Vishnu, Lord Krishna, is shining. The way he's shining. Do you think it would be possible for Arjuna or Sanjay with this eye to see that kind of a brightness? We can't see our one sun at 11 o'clock in the night, in the morning, 12 o'clock in the afternoon. We cannot see with our eyes like this. We can't even look at our one sun. Then all the suns, it's as though the brightness, every cell of the body, every molecule of the body of Krishna, every, whatever it is, anu of his body is bright and shining. So he says it is as though thousand suns are shining at once. Yugapat means once for all, simultaneously. Kramena means one after another. Yugapat means all together, simultaneously. And what is it? That is what I am actually seeing. That is the very brightness of this Vishnu, who is a Sarva Vyapi, who is manifesting in the form of the entire Jagat. Vividham Rajate. That means in various forms, in multiple forms, in millions of forms, Lord is shining there. And not only that, what he says, Tatraikastham jagat kritsdam pravibhaktam anekadha apashya deva devasya sharire pandavastada. So he's telling this in the past tense. Apashyad, that means probably this darshanam was over when he described what was happening. So, tatra ekastham jagat kritsnam, ekastham, in one body of Ishvara, the entire jagat kritsnam, pravibhaktam anekadha. In this one body, this entire jagat is as though multiplying, dividing by multiplication into millions of forms. Pravibhaktam anekadha. The entire jagat is literally expanding in the body of Bhagwan Krishna in this. Apashyad deva devasya. That means what? Arjuna Pandavaha saw this. Apashyad. He see that. He did that. What did he do? He saw this. He has seen this. Who has seen? Pandavaha tada. Pandava at that time saw. What did he see? Devasya sharire. He saw this entire jagat multiplying, expanding, ever expanding in its multifarious forms. It has expanded. And then Arjuna has seen this. Arjuna saw this, he's saying. And what happened? What was the response of Arjuna? How did Arjuna respond to this? That also Sanjay is able to see. What was going on in Arjuna's mind? How Arjuna responded to this with awe and wonder. How wonder struck Arjuna was. That also is able to be grasped by Sanjay. And he says, ततः स विस्मयाविष्टः हृष्टरोमा धनञ्जयः प्रणम्य शिरसा देवं कृताञ्जलिरभाषत. So, what did Arjuna do? Tatah sa vismaya avishtaha. Overcome by surprise and awe and wonder. Literally, when you see something, you open your mouth and your eyes are wide open and you see something. That is what is called as vismaya avishtaha. Overcome by that wonder, overcome by that ascharya. What happened? Hrishtaroma Dhananjaya. Dhananjaya is having goosebumps, his hair standing on end, goosebumps. Even this, Sanjaya is able to perceive Arjuna's response or reaction, or how he responded to Vishwarupa. Pranamya Shirasa. What did Arjuna do? When he saw this thing, he could not stop himself. He just dandavat, he namaskara he put. Pranamya Shirasa Devam. Devam, this Ishvara, Shirasa Pranamya. Shirasa Pranamya means he went literally Sashtanga Namaskara he put and Kratanjali Bhashakrihi. Kratanjali Rabhashata. With his hands folded, Krita Anjali. After having completely surrendered to that form, with his folded hands, Arjuna now spoke. All this time, Arjuna was only experiencing that wonder and that ascharya. and how he expresses his ascharya, how he expressed his ascharya, how he expressed his wonderment to Lord Krishna is going to be talked about from the 15th verse. So, what are we seeing? Of course, we have some time more, but this is a different section now. Arjuna Uvacha comes. How Arjuna expressed himself. That is what is going to be told in the next few verses. And what Arjuna expressed, that also is being heard by Sanjaya. And what was Arjuna's response and how he responded to Krishna, showing his ascharyam, showing that, my God, I can't believe it. How we express, oh my God, I can't believe this. This is what you are, Krishna. I thought you were just a human being. I thought you were a friend before this war started. And you became my Sarathi also. And you became my motivator. You tried to literally wake me up and make me get up from, I had literally collapsed in the Ratha, and you made me get up. And then you have become my guru. And now you're showing me all this. In one you, in one Krishna, I'm seeing so many faces of you. I'm seeing so many things in you. And you're so many things to me. What kind of an Ascharya is this? Hey Krishna, who are you? What are you? What is this? I don't know. I cannot digest this whole thing that you are showing me. And this is what Arjuna is going to express in the Vishwarupa Darshana now. So we have to understand here that this Vishwarupa Darshana is a symbolic representation of the entire Jagat being the manifestation of Ishvara. So with this, we will stop today's session. Though it is about 5 minutes are left, it's okay. नन्दन्तु साधकाः सर्वे विनश्यन्तु विदूषकाः अवस्था शाम्भवी मेस्तु प्रसन्नोऽस्तु गुरुः सदा सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखमाप्नुयात् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।